More of the same through the weekend, feeling spring-like all the way through the middle part of next week, with mornings getting warmer and afternoons in the 80s. We'll be in the low 60s to start the day tomorrow, then 85 in the afternoon, some morning fog and low clouds. Carbon copy on Sunday, and we pretty much just repeat it all the way through the middle part of next week. Some changes on the way, though. By Wednesday and especially Thursday-ish, and we say ish because it's a bit of a temperamental pattern, but we do have a parade of upper-level disturbances moving in from the Pacific, the first of which is going to pass to our north this weekend and early next week. The second one is looking more promising. That could set itself up in a position to give us a better burst of upper level energy to kickstart some showers and storms sometime around Thursday. Now, these types of patterns are notoriously temperamental, so that's why we say Thursday-ish, and then potential for another one right on its heels. So right now, 40% chance of showers and storms by Thursday. If I had more confidence in this type of pattern, I'd have it at 60%, but experience tells me just keep it low for now. And then in a couple of days, we may be able to boost those rain chances. And behind that system, a little bit cooler. Mornings back in the 50s and afternoons in the 70s by this time next week.
Is the end to the government shutdown finally in sight? A small group of Democrats breaking away from their party to agree on a plan.
SAPD Chief William McManus could be ousted from the department if there is a vote of no confidence. I spoke with the head of the police union after this letter was sent to its members. We'll hear from him coming up tonight on the Nightbeat.
Plus, a deeper look at why more people are working multiple jobs.
Live from KSAT 12, the Nightbeat starts right now.
And we thank you for joining us on this Friday night. I am Ernie Zuniga.
And I'm Stefania Jimenez. The local union representing San Antonio police officers is now asking its members a question, and that is, are they confident in their police chief?
So this all comes after 3 former SAPD officers were acquitted this week of all charges in the death of Melissa Perez back in 2023. The Night Team's Zaria Oates spoke with the head of the San Antonio Police Officers Association, or SAPOA, about why it's important for them to discuss Chief William McManus' standing with the department.
All we ask for is that officers have due process like every other citizen.
This is Danny Diaz. He's president of the San Antonio Police Officers Association, more commonly known as the Police Union. And he's not confident in SAPD Chief William McManus' leadership.
The biggest problem is that these officers were not given due process.
This comes just 1 week after 3 former SAPD officers were acquitted of all charges in the Melissa Perez trial. Diaz says Chief McManus jumped the gun, arresting the officers within just 16 hours of the incident.
They should have been put on administrative duty, go through our disciplinary process through internal affairs.
In a letter from Diaz to the union members, he said the chief's decisions are, quote, politically motivated, or because of the, quote, fear of public perception. After reaching out to SAPD for 3 days, SAPD emailed me this statement from Chief McManus on Friday evening. It reads in part, quote, the steps taken in this case were not influenced by political pressure or external pressure of any kind. The chief said he will work with the union to address their differences, but the union is already leaning away from the chief.
So our members don't have confidence in the chief.
Will you put forward a no confidence vote?
So I asked our directors to go back to their members and see if that's the way that the membership wants to go.
Do you believe there's enough support from the police officers?
Absolutely. For the amount of calls that I've received from officers throughout, officers that we have at different substations, it's there.
A vote against Chief McManus could be put forward as early as December 11th. The union would then have a couple of weeks to gather votes from all of its voting members. It is important to note that a no confidence vote would not automatically remove Chief McManus from his position. In fact, in 2016, a no confidence vote was issued against Chief McManus, and he stayed in the role. Zaria Oates, KSAT 12 News.
Good reference there. Now, Nathaniel Villalobos, Eliezer Alejandro, and Alfred Flores were found not guilty of all charges related to that 2023 shooting, but they still have a long way to go before their lives are back to normal. After 2.5 years of litigation and a 21-day trial, we're getting to hear directly from them for the very first time. Our Erica Hernandez sat down with Villalobos and Flores, and they spoke about the day of the shooting, the days leading up to the trial, and also what they're hoping for the future. So scan the QR code if you want to watch that entire conversation, which we also have on our website, KSAT.com.
2 people were detained and 1 man is in a hospital tonight after a wild attempted apartment break-in led to a stabbing. According to San Antonio police, 4 men tried to break into an apartment on El Paso Street near South Brazos around 7 o'clock tonight. The renter of the apartment tried to chase them out. Well, that's when one of the men hit him on the head with a hammer. In response, the renter stabbed that man twice. Officers say the man who was stabbed was taken to a hospital. The renter and 1 other man have been detained, and 2 other suspects are still on the run.
About 5 hours ago, KSAT confirmed that 5 more families have joined a lawsuit against Camp Mystic, where 27 campers and counselors died in the July 4th floods. Through attorneys, we've confirmed that the families are part of Ellen Getton's lawsuit. We've reported earlier this week on the Gettons, whose daughter Ellen was also killed in the deadly floods. And their lawsuit, like several others, claims that Camp Mystic ignored flood warnings and failed to evacuate campers and counselors. By KSAT's count, at least 19 families are part of 4 lawsuits against the camp. And we have a full statement that Camp Mystic sent to us in response to those lawsuits, which you can find on our website, KSAT.com.
There are questions tonight after a man's body was found in Elmendorf Lake this morning, hours after he fled from officers. San Antonio police say the man ran from them after they tried to stop him for a traffic violation around 3 o'clock this morning. They say he had been riding his bicycle on the sidewalk. Officers lost sight of that man until they noticed him struggling in the water at Elmendorf Lake. Crews tried to rescue him from the water, but they were not successful.
Dramatic scene unfolded on the west side this afternoon when a car went right into a home. Happened at the intersection of West Cesar Chavez and South San Gabriel Avenue off of San Fernando Street. San Antonio police say that a driver was trying to head through the intersection and then was hit by another driver who ran a stop sign, and that sent one of the cars into the house. The crash prompted neighbors to rush into the home to make sure that nobody that was inside was hurt.
We checked under the car, we checked around the vehicle, and we went inside the home just to make sure that no one was there.
Okay, so here's the good part. No one was inside the home, but officers say that there was some damage, which you can see there, to the wall. The driver who ran the stop sign may be issued a citation after police are done with their investigation. We all know this. Things have gotten so much more expensive in recent years, and it's the reason why more people are now getting second or even third jobs to put food on the table.
Indeed. So our Christian Riley talked to a local parent about how she's navigating the holidays this year.
Do you ever feel like you have to work 2, 3, even 4 jobs just to make ends meet? Well, you're not alone.
Emotionally, it's really hard because you just feel like no matter how hard you're pushing, you're not winning.
More than 5% of employed Americans are working 2 or more jobs, according to federal labor stats. That's the highest it's been since the height of the 2008 recession.
There's a lot of uncertainty, and with uncertainty, people start thinking about ways to mitigate their risk.
With sticky inflation continuing to push prices higher, many people are picking up side jobs just to stay afloat.
Things just got really bad really fast. The prices for food, clothes for the kids.
That's Cindy Carter. She's a full-time nurse, content creator, and single mother of 3. But within the last 6 months, she started managing the social media pages of several local businesses to help keep food on the table.
You just feel like you're failing as a parent. I cannot get ahead. You think you're ahead and then it's another expense.
And she's not alone. Some people are turning to technology to find side hustles. I spoke to the CEO of JobSnap, who says his app has grown in popularity as people look to market their skills for extra money.
There's a lot of folks that never thought they would find themselves in the gig economy.
With the holidays right around the corner, that's adding stress to many families.
It's really hard. I'm already trying to strategize Christmas, and I have no idea what's going to happen for Thanksgiving.
Cindy says she would do anything for her children.
It doesn't matter if you have money or you don't. When you're a parent, that survival mode just constantly kicks in.
Are you working a side hustle this holiday season? We want to hear from you. Send your story to criley@ksat.com. Christian Riley, KSAT 12 News.
Another news now, the TV provider YouTube TV and our affiliate network ABC have reached a deal after 2 weeks of negotiations. For YouTube TV subscribers, that means that KSAT 12, ABC, and ESPN will soon be available again. Disney did not provide an exact timeline, but said in a press release that it would be restored in time for viewers to watch college football this weekend.
Should be hours away then. Okay. Well, as we near the winter holidays, a program that helps those less fortunate officially kicked off their 2025 season today. We're going to tell you more about the angel trees.
Spring-like warmth and then a more promising chance of rain as we get into next week. We'll talk about the shifting pattern in just a bit.
I don't know if you're keeping count, if you started yet, but I certainly am. Christmas, 41 days away, and the holiday spirit is alive and well over at the Salvation Army.
I had no idea. I hadn't done the math yet, but now I know. The annual Angel Tree program kicked off earlier today. It lets people adopt and shop for families in need this Christmas. 6,000 kids' wish lists are able to be adopted this year. Yes, 6,000. Salvation Army says their goal is to make sure that everyone involved can celebrate Christmas morning with gifts.
It's important right now for us to partner with families in need, so that we can bring joy to the family. So on Christmas morning, they can wake up, the children can wake up to a new toy under the tree.
So if you want to get involved, you can visit San Antonio malls, Walmart, Sam's Clubs from now through December 12th, and you'll be able to pull a list from the Christmas tree and shop for a family. And for those who want to shop online, you could visit Salvation Army's website to get those online registries. And it's a really, really wonderful thing.
Absolutely.
For kids and families.
I did talk to Brad Mahar yesterday at the Salvation Army. He said the registration for that actually closed before the shutdown started. So you know the need has to be greater than 6,000. So anyway, thank you to everybody who's jumping on board with that. Doesn't quite feel like Christmas time yet, though. We're still waiting for that.
Yeah, we had the one strong cold front, right, last weekend into Monday and Tuesday as well, and then we just warmed right back up really quickly. And tomorrow morning, get you out the door right near 60 at sunrise, give or take a few degrees, and then 80 at noon, 85 the afternoon high temperature. So really just like today with a little bit of morning fog out there and some low clouds. So a little bit of gray to start the day, but by late morning, and especially noon hour, we should be well off to plenty of sunshine. But notice near 90 south of town, Cotulla, Dilley, Carrizo Springs, even Laredo, 88, 81 in Kerrville, feeling like spring out there. Also with some mugginess in the air. And that's going to be all weekend long, Saturday and Sunday, just like today. If you're planning on any evening activities, it doesn't get cold after sunset. I know the calendar may say November, but with the humidity and the warmth out there, it really doesn't cool off much in the evening. So notice our rain chances here and the trend as we get into next week. By Thursday, we're at 40%. Now, if I really trusted the computer models, which I don't in this kind of weather pattern, I'd have it up to about 60%. We still need a little more time to see what evolves here because these types of patterns are notoriously temperamental when it comes to predicting them beyond 2 or 3 days away. But here's what we have right now. The heat dome, the upper level heat high, Big Blue H, it pokes northward all the way into the northern tier of the U.S., even parts of southern Canada. So that we're high and dry. Of course, the dry high in place. It will slowly break down. And then we have a series, several upper level disturbances, the first of which is coming onshore from the Pacific into Southern California. Big atmospheric river out ahead of that. And you can see the moisture plume here that's streaming into the southwestern U.S. And I mean, parts of Southern California between now and Thanksgiving could see upwards of 10 to 12 inches of rain just because of this kind of pattern that we're getting into. So the first system passes to the north. We don't get anything from that. Then another one right on its heels takes a similar turn, Southern California, but then as of now has a higher likelihood of digging south into Texas. And in turn, that boosts our rain chances a bit because it's going to, assuming it follows through with this location, throw some rain-making energy our way. And then we could also have another one right on its heels. So overall, the trend that we're seeing in the pattern is promising, at least gives us some decent hope for some rain, not just here, but across other parts of the state. Remember, 54% of Texas is considered in drought right now, and we could have pretty good potential even just over the next 7 days. Temperature-wise, warm, mid-80s. The average high is 72. We're going to be in the mid 80s through the early to middle part of next week, and then we fall off a little bit back into the 70s toward the end of the work week. But just to give you an idea of how unusually warm this is for this time of year, I mean, temperatures even up to the north, Minneapolis, Omaha, Cheyenne, 20 degrees above average because of this big ridge, that bump in the upper level flow, that warm ridge. Also muggy. Dew points right now near 60. That's going to be the case, and you'll notice the mugginess up until that next system moves in on Thursday. It kind of changes things and sweeps away the humidity by this time next week. But there's a lot of hope. Timing, of course, will probably be changed a little bit, and exact location of the rain. So check back in for updates. But we're focusing on Thursday-ish time frame.
Very good.
Okay, good stuff. Okay, now we got to talk about football. All right, so we had Brennan and Reagan. Tell us about that game.
Yes, so that's our game of the week, and it's the first week of the playoffs. By district action going on. Brennan and Reagan meeting for the fourth time in the last 2 years, and this was a very high-scoring contest. It's one of 13 games we have for you coming up after the break.
Welcome to the playoffs. We're the Reagan Cheerleaders, and you're watching the big game coverage on KSAT 12. Strike 'em!
Brennan and Reagan is our game of the week for the second time this season, but this time it's win or go home for the Brennan Bears and the Reagan Rattlers. And good evening, everybody, and thank you for joining us tonight. And just like back in Week 1, Hero Stadium is the venue hosting the Bears and the Rattlers, Mary.
Yes, no, Reagan represents District 27 6A, and Brennan plays in 28 6A, and the winner of this by-district matchup will face either Lake Travis or Round Rock.
Yes. All right. Let's get right to the action. Tied at 7-all. The Rattlers are back to receive the punt. Ricky Armstrong fields the ball at the 14-yard line. He runs up the field, switches the ball to his outside arm. He's got blockers, and he's taken that one back 76 yards to the house, and the Rattlers take the lead 14-7. Time for the Bears to break off their own big play. The end around goes to Ja'Shawn Mitchell. He gets outside and down the sideline he goes. The Rattler, Steven Robinson, is in hot pursuit, but he can't bring him down, and Ja'Shawn is clear and free for a 76-yard score, and the Bears go up 21-14. A little bit later, Bears quarterback Caden Glass throws a nice ball to Jalen Kelly for a 56-yard touchdown strike as the Bears extend their lead 28-14, and the scoreboard says Brennan wins 42-21.
Well, I mean, obviously it's two very traditional, teams matching up in the first round. It's always tough when you got such a big matchup again between these two teams, but it was really tight early. We got a little separation, and that was great. Played a lot better in the second half. At the end of the day, a win's a win. We got to fix what we did wrong, but really excited to advance and move on, and proud of the kids for playing a really good game.
Yeah, it was an awesome game. Absolutely beautiful. We came out. We just came out really strong, and I'm really proud of the way we blocked. I'm proud of the way we caught balls. I'm proud of the way we made plays.
Here's the Piper Warriors charging the field at Gustafson ahead of facing the John Jay Mustangs tonight. First quarter, Piper ball, and they pull out a trick play, a little razzle-dazzle. The ball gets flipped back to Isaiah Gaetani. He throws a deep one to Andrew Grindstaff, hitting him in stride, and that will go down as a 75-yard touchdown. Piper leads at 6-0 because the two-point conversion was no good. The Warriors would score one more touchdown before we left. Senior Brady Hopper runs in from 11 yards out. Two-point conversion was good to make it 14-zip. And Piper wins it 33-14. Adam the Photog got this Brandeis score as he was walking into Ferris Stadium tonight. Winter Smith to Ty Jeter for a touchdown, and Brandeis leads Sotomayor 7-0. Back come the Wildcats. A handoff goes to Cameron Grady. He gets to the outside, cuts back inside, and that's a sweet-looking 47-yard touchdown run as the Wildcats take the lead 10-7. But the Broncos would take back the lead thanks to quarterback Winter Smith. He keeps the ball, hits the second level, and bye-bye defense. Now we sped it up for timing purposes. 75 yards, the Broncos lead at 14-10, and Brandeis wins a close one, Mary, 35-32.
All right, Smithson Valley's quest to repeat as state champions begins tonight against South Side. Right off the opening kickoff, Rangers junior Hunter Hogg fields the ball at Smithson Valley's own 10. Let's see what he could do here. Hogg running up the sideline. He cuts across and outpaces every Cardinal defender. The Rangers lead 7-0 thanks to that kickoff return for a touchdown. Now Smithson Valley threatening again, but this time the pass is picked off in the end zone by Southside's Joey Ramirez. However, in the end, the Rangers get the shutout 56-0. Plenty to cheer for if you're a Jaguar. District 27 6A champion Johnson cleaned house during the regular season. They made O'Connor in round 1. Jags QB Elvis Estrada rolls left, pinpoints Braylon Allen, and he makes a nice catch. Soon after, Estrada fires over the middle to who? Allen again for the 14-yard touchdown. Johnson showing no mercy. They win 59-21.
The Steel Knights are home tonight hosting the Laredo Johnson Wolves and some more by-district playoff action. Second quarter, Knights with the ball. Quarterback DJ Green throws and hits Micah Sheeler on the outside hashes. And Agent Zero is going to outrun the defense of the end zone. 42-yard touchdown. The Knights lead 27-7. Time for some Steel tough defense. Number 7, Nolan Gomez intercepts the pass, and he returns it back to right around the 15-yard line. Now that would lead to a Liam Jones touchdown run, and the Steel Knights are moving on 69-14. All right, the Salado Eagles went to Converse to face the Pearsall Mavericks on this Friday night at Rutledge Stadium. First quarter, Eagles quarterback Devontae Foster throws a short pass to tight end Landon Noski, and he is going to pick up a lot of yards after the catch as he works his way down the sideline for a 67-yard touchdown to make it 7-0 Eagles, and the Salado Eagles advance 49-6. In 5A Division II, the Gregory Portland Wildcats hosting the Kerrville Tivy Antlers at Ray Atkins Wildcat Stadium. Tivy ball, the pass lands right in the bread basket to Kyron Armelin, the sophomore. He's a track star, takes that one to the house 75 yards. Antlers are down 7. So photog Larissa Mary told me she was making a Facebook post, and that's why she only got part of that play. And the lower third says Gregory Portland wins it 75-50.
Well, Jefferson and Pflugerville Connolly collide at SAISD Sports Complex, and the Cougars, they come out swinging. Junior wideout Jonah Garcia, he gets lost in the shuffle momentarily, but there he is. Garcia flashes his speed before being pressured out of bounds. Connolly would punch it in from there, and Jefferson couldn't quite solve the Cougars' defense in this game as Connolly won 65-0. The District 12 5A D2 champion Sam Houston Hurricanes facing Pflugerville. Panthers QB, he goes through his reads, starts scrambling, finally throws the ball, but Canes junior athlete Treston Zachary tracks down the ball, and he stays on his feet for a nice return just past midfield. Now the handoff goes to Mevion Franklin Ross, and Ross is in for the touchdown. The final from Alamo Stadium, Pflugerville wins 64-35.
We've still got the BGC road trip, more scores, and Antonian volleyball.
Yes, but first, let's listen to the Hondo High School band from last night. We'll be right back.
Back, it's time for the road trip playoff edition. Mary?
Tonight, KSAT 12 photographer Adam Braza venturing to Jourdanton, Pleasanton, and Poth, which is where his route started. That buzzer will wake you up. The Poth Pirates making their 10th consecutive postseason appearance with Taft, Texas in town. First quarter, Poth QB Major Luna, he links up with Antonio De Hoyos. De Hoyos gets some great blocking and evades would-be tacklers to get the Pirates, all the way inside the 10. Next play, Luna goes right up the gut and barrels across the goal line. Poth led 14-0 when Photog Adam ventured to our next stop. To Pleasanton now for a snack and a battle between George West and Carson City. The George West Longhorns up 24-7 when Adam arrived, adding to their lead senior Spencer Lee. And he calls his own touchdown. The 2-point conversion is good, so we'll see if George West hangs on. But first, our final stop, we're in Indian country for Marion and Jourdanton. We're in the second half. Jourdanton trying to drive, but the ball is picked off by the senior number 11, Ian Navarez. Let's check out the finals from the playoff road trip. Poth wins 69-13. George West victorious 56-14, and Marion edges out Jourdanton 28-22.
All right, how about some more scores tonight? You got Medina Valley shutting out New Braunfels Canyon 56-0. Laredo United shut out Judson 42-0, and 2 more scores. We've also got Bernie beating CC Ray 42-13. New Braunfels all over Laredo Nixon 49-14. That is a final score. We got Bandera falling to Gonzales 24-14. Somerset over Manor New Tech 70-26. Stockdale's a winner tonight. tonight, 56-13. Kennedy with one N, wins 34-6. That's the Kennedy Lions. We've got Vanderbilt Industrial falling to Blanco tonight, 48-28. Canyon Lake beats Taylor by a final of 63-19. And how about a shout out to the Antonian volleyball team from winning the TAPS Class 6A state championship today. They beat Dallas, Bishop, Lynch in 4 sets. So congratulations on state title number 6. Woohoo! Antonian.
Half a dozen for the Apaches.
That's amazing.
It's incredible.
I need 2 hands now. That's the fantastic.
Yes.
Guys, thank you very much. Okay.
We'll be right back.